Lady of Fatima University. He entered into residency training and completed his specialty in infectious diseases and tropical medicine at San Lazaro Hospital. Believing that holistic medicine was the best approach in addressing the multifaceted needs of patients, he trained in integrative medicine, chelation therapy, and anti-homotoxicology. Such training programs were held in various centers in California and Nevada, United States of America, as well as in Japan. As his passion for the combination of Western and Eastern medicine deepened, he continued to undergo more intensive trainings in various health facilities, this time in Europe, namely Germany and France. Throughout his career, Dr. Francisco has held significant leadership roles, which includes serving as the president of the International Academy of Medical Specialists Incorporated, as chairman of the Philippine Medical Association Committee on Emergency and Disaster, and member of other prestigious medical societies. His commitment for excellence has earned him numerous awards and accolades, solidifying his status as a respected medical practitioner. Among such recognitions include the EPIC Awards, the Medical Frontliner Special Awardee at the annual Ali Awards, capped by being featured in a coffee table book of 2024 entitled The Best of the Philippines Medical Tourism, a tribute to Filipino medical leaders.
Thank you.
Driven by his commitment to serve, he established a personally owned medical clinic. And as you could guess, he named it East-West Bio-Integrative Health Center, a modern four-story building in the heart of the city of Makati, which include some of the most advanced medical facilities you could think of. He serves both as the president as well as the medical director. With a medical career spanning decades, Dr. Francisco has established himself as a leader, as an educator, and as a practitioner of integrative medicine. As such, he stands as a beacon of excellence and innovation in the health industry. This afternoon, he will discuss about bridging allopathic medicine and integrative medicine, a path toward holistic medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and pride to present a very close friend of mine, Dr. Frederick Francisco.
Professor Albert Enriquez, hindi po halata na magkaibigan kami. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat at sana po ay nagustuhan nyo yung pinaserve ko na lunch. Nag-dessert na po ba kayo? Kasama na po yun sa bento. At sana po ay nakapag-CR na rin kayo kanina dahil maiksi lang po yung aking topic. And I would like you to concentrate more on my lecture rather than matulog po kayo sa aking presentations dahil hindi niyo po mababasa yung aking sasabihin. At wala po dyan, nandito po sa mukha ko. At I think marami na rin po narito na nadinig na rin po yung first part na lecture ko last year. Hindi ko na po patataas ang mata. Kasi zero po kasi ang kamay. Dahil this lecture is the connection Kaya po, please, by the way, magsisegue lang po ako. Kanina po ay nag-discuss about the incident command system, which is I'm handling na ako sa ating po PLA. Meron po book or may table po tayo doon sa bago lumabas sa door, glass door. Pwede po kayong mag-QR to. If you want to understand more our incident command system sa ating Philippine Medical Association. At hindi po yun ang topic ko. Nag-bridge lang po ako kasi uso-uso po ngayon ang tinatawag nating bill. So, medyo may connect lang po. But anyway, to start with, in an era when chronic diseases, mental health challenges, and lifestyle-driven conditions are on the rise, our role as physicians is evolving. Patients no longer seek treatment alone. They seek healing. They want care that not only treats symptoms, but also nurtures prevention and personalization. Let us reflect on a simple yet profound question. Are we truly addressing the full spectrum of our patients' needs? This question lies at the heart of today's presentation, bridging allopathic medicine and integrative medicine apart toward holistic healing. Magandang hapon, esteemed colleagues. It is both an honor and a privilege to address today on a topic that is reshaping modern healthcare, integrative medicine. As physicians, we are committed to evidence-based practice, patient-centered care, and the continuous pursuit of medical excellence. However, we must ask ourselves, are we fully addressing the multifaceted needs of our patients? Integrative medicine offers a holistic, patient-centered approach that blends allopathic medicine with evidence-based complementary therapies to achieve optimal health outcomes. In today's medical landscape, we face an ever-growing burden of chronic diseases, mental health issues, and lifestyle-related conditions. Conventional medicine has made incredible advancements, yet patients increasingly seek natural, holistic, and preventive care. The global healthcare model is shifting, recognizing the value of integrative practices. It is imperative that we, as medical professionals, understand, evaluate, and responsibly integrate these approaches for the benefit of our patients. To understand this integrative medicine, let's define and give the core principles. Integrative medicine is not an alternative to allopathic medicine, but a complementary, evidence-based approach to healing. It is founded on the following principles: patient-centered care, the treating of the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. Preventive, personalized, and participatory medicine. It is empowering the patients in their own health journey. A biopsychosocial and spiritual approach, addressing not just symptoms, but also underlying causes and overall well-being. What are the key modalities in integrative medicine? Lifestyle and nutritional medicine. Common na po natin nadidinig yan. Lifestyle, wellness, nutrition. These are emphasizing whole food, plant-based diets, functional nutrition, and gut health. The traditional and complementary therapies like acupuncture, that's a Chinese way, but there is also a German way. We call it the neural acupuncture or the bioacupuncture. Herbs medicine, Ayurveda, chiropractic, or the muscle alignment, structural, and other time-tested approaches. This one is the mind-body interventions. We call it the meditation, yoga, stress management, cognitive behavioral therapy, reflections. The energy medicine, we call it the Reiki, biofield therapies, and emerging research on vibrational healing. We call it more on the physics. Kaya tayo ay more on the chemical medicine. The other side is the energy medicine. Functional medicine and the common word detoxification therapies. From the hormone balancing, detoxification using homeopathy or homotoxicology, and all that microbiome support for chronic disease management. So what is evidence-based integrative medicine? What the science says. The World Health Organization and other global health bodies have recognized additional complementary and integrative medicine, or we call it in acronyms that DCIM, as essential part of healthcare system worldwide. There is clinical research supporting acupuncture for pain management, mindfulness for stress reduction, and dietary interventions for chronic disease prevention. Where do we stand? The readiness of the Philippine medical landscape. The Department of Health support integrative medicine through policies promoting traditional and complementary medicine. The Traditional and Alternative Medicine Act or the TAMA Law. So hindi po mali kasi tama law. of 1997. Republic Act 8423 recognizes the complementary and alternative medicine under PITAC, which is the Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare. Despite this advancement, there remains gap in medical education and clinical practice when it comes to incorporating the integrative approaches. There are some common misconceptions and at the same time the barriers to acceptance. Integrative medicine is unscientific. One of the most common or the most significant barriers to the acceptance of integrative medicine among conventional medical practitioners is the perception that it lacks scientific validity. This skepticism is understandable, given the rigorous evidence-based approach that underpins modern allopathic medicine. However, recent advancements in research have provided strong clinical evidence supporting many integrative medicine modalities. For example, 2018 meta-analysis is published in the Journal of Pain concluded that acupuncture is more effective than placebo for treatment of the chronic pain relief. The other misconception, it replaces the conventional medicine. Integrative medicine complements and enhances standard medical care, not replaces it. Inequality, integrative medicine works best when it is integrated against or with the conventional treatment to enhance overall patients' well-being. Example, instead of relying solely on the opioids of chronic pain, a multidisciplinary approach that includes acupuncture, physical therapy, and mindfulness-based pain management can reduce dependence on medications. Regulatory and ethical concerns ensuring safe, responsible integrations of integrative medicine within existing healthcare frameworks, ensuring safety through regulations. The Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare, or the PITAC, oversees the regulations of complementary and traditional medicine in the Philippines, ensuring that only safe and effective therapies are integrated into practice. Globally, agencies such as the Food and Drug Administrations, the FDA, World Health Organizations, WHO, and National Institutes of Health, NIH, provide frameworks to monitor and regulate herbs medicine, supplements, and prevent misinformations and unsafe practices. The ethical considerations in integrative medicine. First is the informed consent. Patients must be fully informed about all treatments options, including potential risks and benefits, before incorporating this integrative medicine into their care plan, avoiding exploitations. Some unscrupulous practitioners promote unproven alternative therapies as miracle cure. As physicians, it is our duty to educate patients about evidence-based integrative medicine while discouraging pseudoscience and false claims. Are we ready for integrative medicine? Patients' readiness for integrative medicine. As physicians, guiding patients toward integrative care means ensuring they are truly ready to embrace the process. Healing is not just about regular taking medications. It requires active participations and a shift in mindset. Patients who benefit most from integrative medicines typically exhibit the following qualities. Open to new healing modalities. Understanding that some take time. Firm in their belief that healing is possible. Trusting in their doctor's capacity to guide their recovery, and willing to share their full medical history for holistic treatment, and ready to let go of unhealthy habits and limiting beliefs. Patients in following prescribed treatments. Emotionally balanced when responding to treatment outcomes. Clear and honest in reporting their healing journey. Willing to reconnect with a higher being that support their healing, which is the greatest healer, as we know, hindi po tayo. Si Lord. There are practical steps how doctor can prepare for integrative medicine. One of that is expanding medical training and continuing educations. Medical schools and postgraduate programs should offer courses, certifications, and fellowship in integrative medicine. Professional organizations are now providing training in complementary therapies for physicians. Remember, physicians. Incorporating integrative medicine into clinical practice. Start small. Physicians can begin by incorporating scientifically validated lifestyle interventions, including proper nutrition and exercise recommendations, stress management techniques, and sleep hygiene improvement. O, huwag mo na kayo matutulog, ha? Huwag pinatay na yung ilan. Kusog na kasi kayo. Integrative evidence-based therapies, these simple interventions, such as recommending acupuncture for chronic pain or mindfulness for anxiety, can be integrated alongside conventional treatment plans. Collaborate with licensed integrative medicine practitioners. Alam niyo na po, sino? Establishing partnership with accredited complementary medicines specialists can provide patients with safe, holistic care. Educate and empower patients. Doctors should proactively discuss integrative options with patients, helping them navigate choices safely and distinguishing between legitimate treatments and unverified alternative therapies. So what will be the call of actions? In conclusions, the way forward, as our father of medicine, Hippocrates said, the greatest medicine of all is to teach people not to need it. The power of preventions cannot be underestimated. Rather than depending on curative solutions, society at large must be equipped with the knowledge and the skills to preserve their own health. Ladies and gentlemen, as we navigate the evolving landscape of modern medicine, it is crucial that we remain open-minded, inquisitive, and committed to evidence-based innovations. Integrative medicine provides a bridge between conventional and complementary therapies, offering our patients more comprehensive, holistic, and personalized care. The Philippine healthcare system is increasingly recognizing integrative medicine. We as doctors must equip ourselves with knowledge and training to keep pace with this evolution. We have a responsibility to provide holistic, science-backed care. Let us work together to shape the future of healthcare in our country. Thank you, and I look forward to engaging discussions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Francisco, for the very encompassing and informative lecture. We will now entertain questions from the audience, but due to the interest of time, maybe one or two questions. Anyone who would like to ask a question regarding the topic of Dr. Francisco? I think they understood everything, Dr. Francisco. I would just like to ask one question. Among the principles of integrative medicine, you mentioned about participatory medicine. I was intrigued on that. Can you elaborate on this interesting component?
Thank you, Dr. Albert Bonilla. The participatory medicine is a movement of the patients and the practitioners. So this is an encouragement, the encouragement of each other and the collaborations toward the healing of the patients. So we have to encourage our patients to understand that the usual na basic na ginawa, pinag-aralan natin sa medicine, yung tinatawag nating rapport. Kailangan po, yun po yung unang-una ko pong natutuhan sa bedside. To extract, to communicate, and to have physicians, patients, rapport. Hindi lang po natin kailangan diktahan sila, but we also encourage them to learn about themselves. Actually, yung pong tinatawag nating natural medicine, yung mga sabi nila na normal or gusto ko yung natural way ko lang ng healing. Ang doctors po ay nagbibigay po ng ways to move fast ang recovery, ang regenerations of the organs. No? Kaya kailangan talaga natin i-develop po yung participatory medicine. That's one of the core of the integrative medicine.
Thank you, Dr. Francisco.
Thank you, Doctor. So may we ask our speaker and our moderator po to go at the center of the stage and our CPD Commissioner para Pastinillo to join us for the award of certificates. So the certificate reads Philippine Medical Association, PMA Foundation for Professional Medical Advancement Incorporated, presents this certificate of appreciation to Dr. Frederick D. Francisco for sharing his invaluable time and expertise as speaker on the topic Bridging Allopathic Medicine and Integrative Medicine, a path towards holistic healing during the 118th PMA Annual Convention and Scientific Meetings. May kakaisang PMA, handog ay kalusugan para sa lahat. Given the 16th day of May 2025 at the EDSA Shangri-La Hotel, Ortigas Center, Mandaluyong City, Philippines. Signed, Dr. Ricardo Ibata, Chair, PMA CPD Commission, Dr. Maria Realisa Nenson, Overall Chair, 118 PMA Annual Convention Scientific Meetings, Dr. Mildred M. Anyala Mariano, Secretary General, and Dr. Hector M. Santos, Junior President. Same certificate with similar citation will be given to Dr. Albert Pinotelia for his invaluable time and expertise as moderator. Okay, for our next session, our speaker is Associate Professor and Chief Division, Chief of